And checking in live and direct from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Man, I'm bringing y'all the second half of the NFC East kickoff game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Man, let's get back to it, man. I actually think the
fundamental things blocking.
Cowboys was actually given two penalties to get them up there to kick that final field goal, get three extra points. But to me, I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles have totally dominated this game. Don't let the score fool you. Uh, it is what it is. Don't let the score fool you. Philadelphia is tough. They're tough on defense. They're tough on offense. Jalen Hurts came in the game and got two touchdowns on the ground. Let's get to it, y'all. Second half of the NFC game.
It's going to get better, but obviously no Micah Parsons, and it's been very apparent. His impact,
No sacks. Hurts has been able to buy time. Gain of 5. Second and 5, Hurts. Goddard again. In space, Harris Lee a foul. Tackles him on the other side of the line. Give him a half dozen of the first down. As Goddard's caught his 6th ball of the night.
Like, watch Jalen Hurts in the pocket here. Now, eventually going to get some pressure right here. But watch him just stand there. He is just so confident in what he's doing. And
he could have ran that right there.
What his offensive line is doing for him. And he's not looking to run. He's only doing it when he has to.
39 out quick. DeMonte Smith's got it. Short gain of a couple. That is Kaiir Elam, former Bills first-round pick. Trying to hope that the change of scenery in Dallas will change the trajectory of his career. But there's what you talked about with Hurts, his ability to have time to read it and throw it.
Well, and he's done a good job getting the ball out here quickly, too. Obviously, scrambling. But he's such a complete quarterback. And I hit on it a little bit in the first half. But to me, quarterbacks convert third downs. That's what matters. And convert the red zone. And he has just been sensational, especially when they got into that playoff run a season ago.
The 42, Barkley to the left and strung out. Barkley's going to first down. Attacking him like that.
That's that weight room right there. When we see him bitching about them to 600 pounds, that's why he's able to make runs like that right there.
Saquon Barkley at the end of a run, and you just assume he's on the ground, and he's not. I don't know exactly who it was.
Cowboys can't stop the run.
Boom, right there. And
Cowboys can't stop the run, man. We got 16 people in the room checking out the Neighborhood Superstar podcast.
Barkley gets a break. A.J. Dillon, the former Packer.
Put it in the chat room where y'all from and who y'all riding with tonight. The Cowboys or the Eagles?
Last kickoff return, so it's the first carry.
Look at them. Can't stop the run. They finna shit on these guys, man.
Close to a first down at the 36-yard line.
Like I said in my last live stream, Saquon Barkley, I'm putting my money on Saquon Barkley, man. Saquon Barkley will get 2,000 rushing yards again.
And then comes another 250-pound.
Appreciate the love, y'all.
Even bigger than Saquon Barkley.
We got Raymond in the building. We got Mugo Uno in the building. We got Sage Ahmed in the building. What are you watching? Man, I'm watching the NFL kickoff game, man. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Where you from? Tell me where you from. First of all, what I need you to do, I need you to hit that like button, and I need you to tell me exactly where you from in the chat room.
Is important guy for them in Landon
and then I'm gonna need you to subscribe.
Was a question mark with a right knee injury in camp. He took part in practice most of the week, but the day he missed was because of a back injury.
Yeah, he had meniscus surgery on August 10th. So, like 2 weeks later, he was back in the huddle and practicing. But you can tell he is in pain right now.
36, deciding in with Dillon. That time they stopped because the safety, Donovan Wilson, crashes out. Chris,
Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico.
As Barkley comes back in. Mossy Smith, their first-round pick from 2023.
Shout out to Puerto Rico in the building, checking out the Neighborhood Superstar podcast. Please like, subscribe.
with what they've got at defensive tackle, that's as close to being cut as you can be, right? I mean, they've got Solomon Thomas and a rookie and Jay Toya, but it's quite the statement about your former number 1 pick.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts to the air. Pressure on here, and there's the first sack of the season. And Kenny Clark is involved in it along with
there it is.
Nealon.
There it is.
Came over in the trade for Micah Parsons. Joins Nealon on the sack of Hurts back at the 40.
Kenny Clark, that's who they traded. That's the man they traded. Look out, number 95.
Clark come in and clean it up.
That's who they traded Parsons for right there.
And fighting, and every time I studied him for quite some time during the off season because we had a lot of time, and got a chance to watch him. And it wasn't just impression.
He didn't get
him,
the
it was
sack.
just the pure effort. But for Kenny Clark to already be on the marker, they desperately needed.
Well, he was out.
He
made the play.
Up on 3rd and whatever it is.
3rd and 18, pressure from the edge. Hurts gets rid of it in time. On the 40-yard line.
All right, Cowboys won that series right there.
On the edge pressure. From here, field goal.
Professor Kenny, hey bro, where you from? I'm checking in live and direct from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, man. Where you from?
Yeah, and it's very rare that you see Jordan Mailata.
Tell me, do you like NFL football? If you do, who is your team? I'm riding with the 49ers, man.
This is a big
San Francisco 49ers is my team.
Jake Elliott is a long-range kicker.
He used to be. Last year was terrible from 50 plus. He made one in warm-ups from 62 in this direction. This is 58.
Oh, he got it.
Good. Eagles special teams coordinator Michael Clay told me this week that Jake Elliott's got his swagger back. Looks like the Jake Elliott we've come to know. He does on that one.
They say he was terrible. Terrible last year doing the 50-yard line. Kicking field goals. The Bills, you represent the Bills. Shout out to the Bills, man. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, man, subscribe to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast, Raymond. This is what I do, man. This is a football podcast. What I do is I go through every game of every week. I tally all my wins and losses up. Last year, I had 198 victories. My goal this year is to get 200 and to get at least 70% win on my percentage. So, hey, I like to gamble. I like to place bets on FanDuel, DraftKings. Maybe we can go back and forth and or whatever picks that you like or whatever. I'm telling you, man, let's build this Neighborhood Superstar Podcast up. I appreciate you checking me out for the time that you're doing. Tomorrow we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm so used to saying the San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to save my pick for that one tomorrow, man. I'm going to give y'all my pick on that one tomorrow. I'm doing my research. I like the Chargers because, like I said, I like Jim Harbaugh. He was my 49ers coach, took us to the Super Bowl. He's a damn good coach. Justin Herbert, I think this is a year for Justin Herbert to prove himself. He got to prove himself. He got to beat Kansas City. If he wants some respect, Jim Harbaugh. I'm speaking of Jim Harbaugh in the Chargers. They got to beat the Bills. They got to beat Raymond. They got to beat your Bills. And they got to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They got to beat those teams if they really want some respect in the AFC. I'm gonna tell you my team who I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all my surprise team in the AFC. My surprise team in the AFC is gonna be the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers is my surprise team that I'm rolling with. So they got to beat them. So they got a hard road ahead of them if Justin Herbert want to be a top tier quarterback in the NFL. He faces some beasts out there. Let's get back to the game.
Headline by John Mechie, special teams play.
Ramos, he said he speaks Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Danny.
Both these teams have new right guards.
Poquito Espanol,
So
amigo.
far, Booker's been hanging in there. You know, he's kind of a mauler. He's still learning, especially with some of the pass protection, but he's done a good job with the running game for the most part tonight. And really all the Cowboys on offense and all the Eagles on offense have been doing a good job all night long.
I'll say, every drive has led to points here tonight. Good first down blocking, clear space for Javonte Williams out to the 35-yard line. Williams now 10 carries, 44 yards in his Dallas debut.
Yeah, one of the things the Cowboys have flashed a little bit tonight is some of this motion. Watch the tight end come back and then trap back here. So he's going across the face of the quarterback and then coming back and just running that inside zone back away from it. So just a little different look, and it's paid off for this Cowboys running game.
For Williams. There, 3 updates for Philly. Dory Jackson, their corner.
They got the pass. Cowboys got the pass on this one right here.
On the field,
What they gonna do?
Cleared, was out there for the opening.
What they gonna do?
He's now back on the sideline. Still with his helmet though.
And they're definitely trying to figure things out at that
Love
other
bug.
quarterback position. Keely Ringo was
Come
in
on.
the battle. Jacorian Bennett was in there. And I don't know that they've ever really firmly settled on who the long-term answer is going to be.
Jalen Carter ejected before the first snap of the game. 3rd and 1. Dallas will pitch it to the edge with Williams.
Oh shit!
Tough yards.
He got it.
Zach Vaughn, among others, crashing down on him. Jalix Hunt off the end. With a first down for the Cowboys.
We're playing some NFC East football right
Listen,
now.
NFC
That was
football
awesome.
right now.
You knew the big collision was coming at the end of that one, and Javonte Williams just lowered his head and plowed through it for the first down. That was terrific.
Dallas has run 33 plays here tonight. 16 rushes, Chris. 17 pass attempts. Prescott, quick look down the seam. It is broken up.
Oh shit!
Trying to squeeze it in. To Brevin Spat Ford, the tight end. Good job by the
Give us
rookie
one
backer,
back.
Jahad Campbell, going back with a
Give us
victory, though,
one.
for the Eagles. And Sidney Brown,
Is that why you called me in
one
here?
of the safeties,
not at all.
as they try to replace C.J. Gardner-Johnson's spot. The veteran traded to Houston. Athletic training staff out to look at Sidney Brown.
Cowboys losing. 24-20.
No, that ain't too bad. That gets better.
That's what I'm saying about my wife, y'all. She's a bandwagon Cowboys fan, sticking on my wife. I just told her they lose, and she said, "Well, it is what it is." What you say, baby?
It's not that bad. They'll be back.
It's not that bad. They'll be back. That's what my wife said for the Cowboys. Shout out to the 2 people, man, that's coming in the stream, checking out the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast. Please tell me where you're from. Please like, subscribe, get in that chat room. Tell me who your favorite team is in football, man. Today is the football season kickoff, man. I'm so excited, y'all. Tell me how excited y'all are in the chat room.
And now, how much does your wife love you?
You love me, baby.
All right, then.
You love me.
Sorry, I have to prove it all the time. Ice water.
You love me. I'm telling you, y'all. Ask your wife, ask your woman, the woman that you living with, ask her to bring you some water. And I want you to taste that water. If that water is cold, your woman love you. If it's full of ice, your woman love you. If it's hot, she don't care nothing about you. Like I said, man, super excited. The Neighborhood Superstar checking in live and direct from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Super excited. Today is the kickoff for the oh, look at that. Hot and Ready's for $4 5.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. We're gonna have to check them out here soon.
Yeah. Football season kicking off. That's the reason why. Yeah, man. Look at LL Cool J.
I can't hardly see that screen, but I mean it's all right.
Like I said, y'all, man, I paused it during the commercials because I don't want to get any copyright infringements. Let's get back to it.
Back in a safety spot. 2nd and 10. Prescott gives it. Miles Sanders running. In open space. There goes Sanders at the 30. Chase
Come on, man. Fuck trying to get the ball. Get his ass. While you poking for the ball, he done ran 10 extra yards.
Comes back to hit a big one for 50 yards against his old team.
Another Sanders, huh?
Just beautifully done. Laid out in front of here, and you just have to be patient here. Miles Sanders just waits and waits. Got some big block down the field that really sprung him. And then watch Bond at the end of it. He probably gave up 15 yards, but he had a plan. He was going to run him
Look at
down.
that. You instead of doing that, come on, man. Knock him down. Get the ball. Come on, man.
Play at the last second.
Officially 49 yards. 1st and 10 at the 11. Sanders remains the back. He's got it again inside this time. Miles in the 8. Here comes a flag.
Flag
More
on.
conversation at the back end. Pickens involved.
Is this
Catch the
sorry, I was
number
just
of the
speaking
Eagle.
Spanish?
Engaged with
Yeah.
George Pickens.
It was fine.
New addition to the Dallas lineup.
We'll figure
Targeted
out what
3
it is.
times,
We
2
have to.
catches
I
tonight.
spoke to him in Spanish.
Oh, I was gonna say we'll figure out what it is.
I said, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Danny.
Personal foul. Offense
Besito
number
en
3.
español.
Unnecessary roughness.
There you go on offense. There you go.
Damn.
Great job by
How's it going, though?
Blankenship not reacting. If he had reacted and knocked us
Blankenship.
down, they wouldn't have gotten the benefit of it. So
Blankenship.
Yeah, that's
tremendous
one of the players'
discipline
names.
there on the part of the Eagles, not so much on the part of Pickens.
Pickens.
Ton of large penalties in this game right from the start. 10 total, 7 on the Eagles. That the third.
1st and 22. Cowboys got the ball.
Backs them up to the first 22.
Gonna have to work inside here with this shell coverage.
Scott tries the middle for the tight end again. Incomplete. Taking him all the way back was Zach Baum, the all-pro linebacker. Would not let Jake Ferguson see the ball.
Double move is so hard when Bob is right here in the
Good
middle.
try.
Watch the
You
move
get it
in
next
front
time.
of his face. The double move. Get in behind. Now he's got to try and figure it out. Hits
He's
him right
right
on
to
the
you.
back
You
of the
just
helmet.
bounced off the
And
helmet or
only
something,
because
yeah.
his speed now 2 times on this drive has saved big legs.
2nd and 22. Eagles fans rise in the end zone to our left. Scott gets it out of the sport for Javonte Williams. And we'll bring up 3rd down. Great deflected.
They should have kept running the ball. Well, they got that ability.
You had to tell when they're getting ready to lose the ball to the other team after so many.
Well, it's 4th and 22 right now.
Big guy inside.
So they got one more down. I mean, it's 3rd and 22 right now. They got one more down. They're probably going to run that ball right now. They're probably going to pass it to get closer to kick the field goal.
Another big play out of him.
You got 4 tries to get 30 feet.
Eagles with a 3-man defensive front here.
See, they got to get all the way to get the first down right there.
I see it, throw it. Throw it.
Scott gonna try the middle.
Oh, come on, man. They're going to try to say target and watch and see what I tell you.
Hands on it.
Come on, man. Now watch this right here. They're going to put them at the 1-yard line right now.
Forearm across
The
the head
Cowboys?
to a defensive defenseless receiver.
Watch and see what I tell you. They're going to try to say targeting. Helmet to helmet, blanket shield.
You already seen it, so you know they're going to call it.
Look,
Personal foul. Defense number 32. 15-yard penalty.
that's bullshit. There was no. So he's supposed to stop himself running
Days of this
as
game,
fast as he's running. He's supposed to stop himself so he don't hit that dude like that.
that have
Running.
kept drives alive. That pet catch was not.
He's supposed to
gonna
stop
be
it. He's running as fast as he
made. You have
can.
no idea.
He's supposed to
He
stop
crossed
right
it,
there.
contact.
He looked like he ran right through him though. He wasn't actually
Jackson,
going for him.
hang
It's
in
like he
there,
was
baby.
going for trying to run
You
through
know,
him.
this is Dak Prescott being really aggressive too. I mean, he is.
That's 3
He
times
is
the
not
Cowboys have got
settling for
hit.
anything. When they backed up on their own 10-yard line at the end of the half, he was
That's
going.
three
That's what they're gonna start blaming it on.
Watch
The
it see.
Cowboys
Watch-
start winning.
Watch you see. That's 3 times the Cowboys got hit, man.
5 penalty yards for Philadelphia. From the 11-yard line, Sanders.
Oh! Oh! Accident waiting to happen. Stephen A. said it. Accident waiting to happen. The Cowboys.
Former Eagle.
Oh, that's out.
Forces it out and Mitchell recovers.
I need that touch. I need him to run that ball back for a touchdown.
Did you say touchdown?
No. They just said, fumble recovered. Cowboys fumbled. They got it back. I mean, Cowboys fumbled. The Eagles got it. Look, here it is.
2 sets of hands on there and slides out. Confirmed
Just
that
when
the
you
Colonel
give the Cowboys some credit,
drive without points
man,
in this
on the running game, that's the dude. I think is that the dude that just ran? Look at him showing out. Is that the dude that just ran the 50-yard touchdown? I mean, the 50-yard run for them? Like Stephen A. said, man, accident waiting to happen. The Cowboys.
That ain't nothing that's major happened. That ain't nothing major. They
That
come
was-
right back and do that again. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
When the Eagles get the ball, they can easily do that shit to the Eagles. That shit flip flops like crazy. You know it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Motherfucker had the
We'll
worst damn
see.
game last year. I had the best damn season this year.
Accident waiting to happen, man. I'm telling you, the Cowboys.
That's the problem. That's the problem with Skip. You
Oh,
a
I
diehard freaking Cowboy fan.
bet Skip going crazy right now.
A diehard Cowboy fan, Skip.
I got to hear what Skip going to
But
say.
yet you're gonna
tonight.
still talk about how they fucking running through brick walls and shit,
Yeah.
or not running through them, but getting stopped by a brick wall.
Oh,
You're
man.
supposed to be the. It's okay. They're gonna get better. That's
got the
what
Commanders.
people do.
Got the Commanders versus the Packers on Prime.
You got the Redskins versus the Packers.
Was it the Redskins?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't. Well,
the Commanders
it
were.
was the Commanders. It's not the Redskins no more. It's the
I
Commanders.
know, but
They fighting for that name back though.
well, they should get that. All them names should be. Ain't nothing freaking. Come on, man.
You don't think nothing wrong with the Redskins?
Well, I mean, do American Indians think there's something wrong with Redskins? Do they not call themselves Redskin? I don't know. Why
don't
would
know.
Redskin?
I
why would
don't think it was a tribe called the Redskins.
No, but they.
But let me finish what I'm saying. I don't think it was a tribe called the Redskins, but there was some Indians that said they should keep the name Redskins. You know what
It
I'm saying?
keeps the Indian name alive.
You know, and then that speaking on that topic, it went to the Cleveland to the baseball, the Cleveland Indians. I think they call themselves the Cleveland Gardeners now, which don't make no fucking sense.
You went from a warrior to a gardener. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So it makes but then
That
again,
makes no sense.
and then again, you got the Atlanta Braves. I don't think there's a tribe called the Braves,
No, but what's the emblem?
the Tomahawk.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do this no more. They stopped that right there, I believe.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit that's going on in America, man. It's a lot
Well,
of
the
shit.
tomahawk was meant for scalping, wasn't it?
That's you know, see what I'm saying?
So I'm and the only
I
people
don't know
that
what it
did the
means. I'm not
scalping
an
was the
Indian.
Indians, so they're not gonna be offended by that. That's something that
But-
they did. That shit was
but-
fucking meaningful and
but the boy- but the-
destructive.
But who were they killing? The Bullshitalites. Now they in power. They got they put
on
some away.
path towards here.
But let's get back into
Was
football,
this
y'all.
Yeah, that's
We got
part of
30
their
people checking us out on the Neighborhood Superstar podcast,
Suspension
man.
of the game, and it happens in the
We was just giving y'all a little
4:44 here.
history on the name change of the Washington Commanders. I was giving my wife a little history on the Washington Commanders name change.
I got to deal with the name on when it tells me my gender, my race as Caucasian, and I don't like that. What the? I don't get. Come on, man. At least ain't none of them out there called the Caucasians.
Actually, it was a reporter who wrote a. Look it up. Look it up right there. Bonnie. I can't think of his name. Sports reporter wore a shirt called the Cleveland Caucasians. Bonnie something. I can't think of his name.
The lower thunderstorm warning has been issued by
What?
the National Weather
Yeah.
Hold up
Service
now.
for the area.
We
These
just showed
storms
you.
may produce severe
That's it.
conditions, including lightning and strong winds.
Come on,
That's
man.
We encourage you to seek shelter immediately.
They
Come
touch
on,
it. They touch it there in
It's
45
raining
minutes. They're
forecast all
expecting
day.
rain.
It has not rained for a week. It's not going to rain for the next 3 days.
Get the fuck out of here. Man, I'm sitting here talking to my wife, and then
What was the
now
name of the shirt?
the Cleveland Caucasians. He wrote a shirt. He wore that shirt to talk shit about the name change. How asking white folks how they feel if they have the team called the Cleveland Caucasians. But yeah, man, we got a weather delay in the season opener. Man, this is big right here to me. I hate when there's a football game and there's a delay. It just, to me, it just fucks up the momentum of the game.
Yeah, 'cause they're all playing hard right now.
It just fucks up the momentum of the game, man. I'm gonna stay live. I want y'all to listen
It
to
was
this.
a black guy that had the shirt on.
Yeah, that guy right there. That guy right there. The Cleveland. What's his name?
That is fucking
The
hilarious.
Cleveland Caucasians.
Look. And the Indians white like a motherfucker with blonde hair.
Yeah. He was saying, how y'all feel about me wearing this shirt? That's a great point.
I mean that.
That was just, I'm just giving my wife some knowledge of the name changes in sports. Like I said, man, Neighborhood Superstar checking in live and direct from Murfreesboro. We got a weather delay. There appears to be some lightning going on in Philadelphia. Man, I really hate those kind of games like that, man, because like I said, it messes up the vibe of the game, and it just takes away from the enthusiasm of the game from the players. You know, it switches. I think it has a huge chance of switching the momentum of the game. So
Check the radar there and see how it looks.
Play.
But you saw
Were they
another
at-
huge play
Philadelphia.
after the fumble.
Yeah, watch Dak Prescott at the end of this play.
Oh, that's right.
And
Okay.
what we're going to see is him come around and make a touchdown-saving tackle.
touchdown saving tackle
because
right there.
nobody is going to catch Quinyon Mitchell, who
Hell
runs
no, when nobody gonna
4.33
catch you.
in the 40-yard dash. And look how much
4.3 in the
space he
40-yard dash.
has. And look at the tackle by Dak
Look at his
Prescott.
smack him right in the
Absolutely
face. You see
perfect.
it?
Mhm.
We saw Ben Roethlisberger do it in a playoff game one time to
Dak saved
help
the
out our friend
touchdown.
Jerome Bettis.
That's right. That's right. And
He
you saw
was
only
gone.
the big guys were there. They were not going to catch Mitchell. It's a heck of a play. And
No.
you see that play, and you go back to fundamentals, right? A lot of young folks are starting their youth football seasons, high school football season. There's a
There's
guy
the
32
radar.
years old, been in the league 10 years. He's running out his fake, and he's staying alive in the play,
There's a light bulb right
and that
there.
allows him to make that stop.
And a new hamstring to boot, right? And what we've also learned is that he is hyper active in eating the right foods now.
Right, exactly.
Beyonce, right, is the one that's sort of leading the way for
Yes, he
him.
looked
And he
good,
looked
too.
great. We saw
Yeah.
that shot of him in the locker room before the
Yeah.
game, and he's rocked up. I think you were even talking about it when we were interviewing. It's like his face looks thinner. He's really ripped up.
Yeah, when you talked to Dak and he walked in the room, he's looking
We're gonna
healthy
see how
and
this
happy
is
and
going.
looked great. And he said, I haven't lost a ton of weight, just kind of
All right, ready?
repositioned,
Look at him. He
repurposed.
has lost some weight.
Dak Prescott, who even told us that he's too flexible. which may have been part of the reason he had the hamstring injury, but his
About 21
mobility
minutes.
tonight has been a positive for
My calculation.
the Cowboys. You going to try to limber up like Dak?
No, I don't care if I'm limber. I just want to get that body. You got to go to there. Look at that tackle.
Dak was playing. But you said it to us all week as we were getting ready and all really month getting ready for this game. When Dak Prescott's been healthy, this has been a 12-win team in the playoffs the 3 years before last year.
Well, and
We
to
got
some
a weather
extent,
lay
you feel
on
for
the-
Mike
on the
McCarthy
game,
2
y'all.
years that they
Smoke
didn't play
break
so
time.
well when he was the head coach. Dak Prescott was out. They win 12 games 3 straight times, don't do so well in the playoffs, and then he rips his hamstring
Right.
last year. I mean,
Then I'll take my cat out.
Say hello from Brazil. Hola. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but shout out to you from Brazil. We got some people who are speaking some Chinese too, or some kanji, or whatever that is. How does the weather the label?
The game. I mean, we could just go back to Miles Sanders' fumble. The Eagles thinking, okay, we got the takeaway that we need right here, and then all of a sudden it all stops. But this was a big play.
That was a big play by Dak.
And right here,
That could have been a touchdown.
Dak Prescott making that tackle was a huge play because Quinyon Mitchell, as we know from a year ago at the Combine, he's a pretty fast player. He gets that ball with no one in front of him. He's gone, but I think for Philly, as Dallas is driving, to get that turnover in that moment, a little tush push to cap it off.
I love that celebration.
And if you think about this game, I mean, each offense has held serve all throughout the game. Every drive you're going down and scoring, they're matching each other. And a big turnover like this, as Dallas is going in, can shift the balance the other way once they get back playing.
Yeah, definitely. It's in the CD Lamb show. We've seen that. All right, they can't do that forever, or George Pickens is
That dude right there.
Yeah.
When he was in high school, he was the number one high school quarterback in the nation. Eli Manning was the number 2 quarterback. In our high school, they played. Our high school quarterback played with Samuel.
No
Samson,
AJ
he was the
Brown.
number 3.
So that'll be interesting here.
Our
to see
school
going
quarterback.
forward.
Let's get back to CeeDee Lamb. 4 catches for 86 yards. Let's talk about the Dallas offense in general. Remember,
They'll be
Dak
back in
Prescott
about
missed the
20
last
minutes.
9 games of the season with that
20
hamstring
minutes, you
injury.
say?
So we're
I
wondering,
say
what are we
about
going to get? You mentioned George
20,
Pickens
30
being
minutes.
added in. And so far, without Jalen Carter in the mix, they've had their way.
And I've been
I ain't
trying
gonna
to
ask
figure
you
out
for a grilled
Philadelphia
cheese
has
sandwich.
matched, whether it's been a Dory Jackson or Jacorian Bennett on CeeDee Lamb and put Mitchell to Pickens. That's not really working out too well for him. Said, I think what they decided to do.
Come on,
coming into this
baby,
game is say,
please.
CeeDee Lamb is better than whoever you put on him. We're going to throw him. We're going to throw at him over and over again, and it's worked well so far.
I talked to Vic Fangio, their defensive coordinator, during training camp, and he had real concern about the corner opposite
Week
Mitchell.
1,
Darius
San
Slay
Francisco
gone, Isaiah
playing
Rodgers gone to
the,
Detroit, and so there was a competition
Seattle
during camp,
Seahawks
and they
in
were
the divisional
concerned,
game.
and rightfully so.
We on a
Doris
roll.
having a hard time with CD.
Staying on the Dallas offense, the offensive line's been impressive.
Of course we're going with the 49ers.
They got a good-looking group, though. I mean, we were up close in pregame. It's not the Eagles, but it's got the potential to be something special down the road. And we saw Javonte Williams got an injury a few years ago playing in Denver.
What's
They
up,
didn't
baby?
want him anymore, and he certainly looks like he's revived right now.
Yeah, some questions around that running back position.
Right.
So good to see them
So
go.
about that
Early
one?
questions coming in for the Cowboys. We were wondering how they're going to respond to just a week before the season starting.
Oh,
Micah
Buddha Blake.
Parsons, your best pass rusher, generational talent, gone to the Packers. And so far, I feel like we've seen poise. show up.
Poise. And that's
Titans
another
versus
thing that
the
I think I gave in
Broncos.
the pregame a little bit. I think you guys did too. Dallas was very confident. When you asked them, hey, how do you guys feel? We like our team. They kind of gave you the eye. Like, we like our guys. We're all right tonight, right? So I felt like they came into the game with
You got
confidence.
the
and they
number
showed
one
their-
draft
But
pick
think
for the
about
Texas,
both offenses being as
for the,
efficient as they've
Houston,
been. Both
I mean, for
quarterbacks
the,
being comfortable. Both teams being able to run the ball.
for the-
you
for
take
the,
Michael Parsons off of
Titans.
Dallas's defense, that helps Philadelphia's
we got
offense.
Pittsburgh versus
You
the
take Jalen
Jets.
Carter off of Philly's defense, that helps
Aaron
Dallas's
Rodgers
offense. So two
playing his
most
old
disruptive
team.
players in the NFL not playing in this game.
And it's the guy you hugged before the game, Dak Prescott.
Steelers are my
That's what it's all
surprise
about. When you
team of the
lose a
year,
guy like
man.
Michael
Steelers
Parsons,
will make
do
the
you
playoffs.
have another guy to turn to and everybody say, just follow him? And I think they looked at number 4 and White, and they said, Dak, we're following you wherever you go. And it started with him. Somebody spits in his face, and I'm sure he rallied those guys, and they came out and responded.
Dak's teammates have been following him for 10 years.
That's right.
It started as a rookie.
Yeah, he looks really good. He looks slim and trim. He's moving well, and man, he's throwing the ball really well too.
Yeah, I'm sure he wishes to be on the field right now, but we are in the middle of a weather delay. We won't get restarted
You got
until
the
at least
New York
11:15.
Giants
After
versus
that,
the
there'll be a
Washington
10-minute warm-up for all the
Commanders.
players on the field to get back ready to finish out this game. About 4:44 left on the clock, and we're taking up one tunnel. We got another crew in another tunnel. Jack, Tony, Rodney, what are you guys doing hanging out as we get through this weather delay together?
I'm saving all my
We're
picks
all wishing we were on the field right
for
now.
those
We're here at the
games.
Cowboys tunnel. Let's be honest about this one, Coach. We all came in.
I'm gonna go live
thinking the defending champs were going to look pretty good. We all picked them to start the game. What have
early
you seen from them
Saturday.
so far?
I mean, maybe Saturday, Sunday night, Saturday night or Sunday night when I'm gonna go live and give y'all my picks.
About the attitude of this team. All we heard all year was, "Hey, we're
We
not
got the
defending
Carolina
anything. We're
Panthers
looking
versus
forward.
the
We're
Jacksonville
focused.
Jaguars.
We're not a city team." Last time I
I'm
saw
really
this
excited
defense,
to see
they
how
shut
the
Kansas
Heisman Trophy
City
winner
down. Patrick Mahomes
Travis
couldn't do
Hunter
anything.
gonna
They
play.
haven't stopped these guys yet. We've had 8 penalties.
Will he win
We've
Rookie
had
of
a
the
player
Year
thrown
this
out of the
year?
game. We're not seeing the championship.
Will he play
focus
both
that I
sides? He
expected to
can't
see.
play both sides.
Talk about Jalen Carter. I
But
was really disappointed
as long
with
as he
them.
did,
He has
when he
to
was in
understand how
college.
important he is.
There's
to
no
that,
way in
to
hell
that
he can
team.
play that.
They've lost
If he-
a bunch
if
of
he
guys,
played
so
both
he's
sides,
the best player on that defense, and I just thought
the
it
way
was
he
very
played in
selfish
college,
and very disrespectful.
he
to
gonna have a
spit
short
in Dak's
NFL
face.
career.
Dak doesn't deserve that.
But he cold though.
Have you ever seen anything like that? We're talking about the opening huddle
If
of
I
the
was
game.
the-
He
if I
walks
was
right
the
up to
Jacksonville
quarterback. Every
Jaguars,
camera in the stadium
I
is
think I
pointing
would
right at
probably
Dak
have him
Prescott.
more at
What was your
the
reaction looking at that?
I just don't
defensive
understand
side
it.
of the
I don't
game,
know how you can
but
do
I can
that
see why
as
they
a man, first of all.
got him
But then to
on
let
the
your
offensive
teammates
side
down,
because
that's
that quarterback, he
unspeakable.
needs a
That's one of
weapon.
the things that I always talk about.
He
Coach,
needs somebody
not
where he
letting
can
my
throw that
teammates
ball
down. Never
to.
wanted this.
And Travis
disappoint my
Hunter might
teammates,
be
always
somebody
being
that
available
he
for
can
my
trust
teammates. And
and
something
give
like
him the
that has
ball.
nothing to do with
But
football.
maybe Travis
Jalen
Hunter should
Hurts,
probably
he's been
play a
able to run
certain.
around a good
If
bit,
you play
especially in
both
the first
sides,
half of
maybe
this
he
game. What
should
have you
be
seen
putting
from
in
Dallas on
certain
the defensive
But
packages.
one
line?
thing I like what
Maybe
Dallas is doing, they're
the
keeping two
end zone,
safeties
I
back,
mean the
coach,
red
protecting the
zone,
deep part of the field.
something like that.
But
But
with that, you have to
I would
have
keep
some
him at-
level
I
of
would keep him
spotness.
at defense.
Jalen Hurts, he's been doing this since
if
Pop
he
Warner.
if he
He's
stays
been
in
running around
defense,
scrambling. You have to
I
make
think
sure.
he'll be
And then when they
a
switch to
possible
man-to-man,
all-pro
they
player
still don't have a spot
if he
on.
stay on
Like, where's
defense.
the spot right here, coach? It's man-to-man, and you have
Next,
no
we got
spot.
the
And what you
Cincinnati
see is you
Bengals
don't
versus
see
the
it
Browns
in the past.
divisional
This
game.
is what people said when Micah Parsons is traded.
That's
This
gonna
is
be a
what you're
very
gonna lose.
interesting game
Where
right
is
there. I
that
heard Joe
pressure?
Burrow.
Jalen Hurts is
He
very,
doesn't
very
play
comfortable
well
back
against
there.
the Browns.
And again, you're talking about
We have the
defense.
Las Vegas
Take away
Raiders
those wide
versus the
receivers
New
that
England
not account for
Patriots.
Hurts.
Yeah, I expect Eberflus in the
Pete
second
Carroll
half.
making his
A little bit more
return
pressure. Jalen can't feel like
to
he
the
should have all
NFL.
day back there.
And Coach Dodgy, you just were down there in
He's
Dallas.
a great
You met
coach.
with Coach Schottenheimer.
He's
Got
gonna
his
have the
thoughts on
Raiders
this
pretty
team.
tough
What did he think
this
of
year.
this start
Raiders
to
are
the
gonna be
season,
pretty
you believe?
tough this
I
year.
think he's excited about it.
Just
And it's funny
because
because he
him
told me
being a
exactly
great
what he
coach.
wanted to do. I want to dominate the line of scrimmage. I want to get physical. I want to run the football. And then I've got wide receivers that can make plays. And offensively, they've done exactly what he set out to do.
The players
Mike
respect
Bevell,
him, and you can tell. You can just
former
tell the way
player
they're
for the
playing.
New
They're
England
playing
Patriots.
hard. They're
He's
buying into the
new
system.
coach for the
And I think he's done a really good job
New
there.
England
Let's go
Patriots.
back
He's a
over
pretty
to Maria
good
Tara.
coach.
She may be checking this Doppler
He
radar. First, maybe
had
a
Tennessee
positive
playing
update
pretty
we're
well.
ready to hear.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn into
Got
Al
the
Roker,
Miami
but
Dolphins
my
versus the
best is not
Colts.
besting. But we do know we'll have an update around 11 p.m. And again,
That's
after
gonna actually be
the
a pretty
players
good
come
game
back onto
right
the
there.
field, they'll have about a 10-minute warm-up to get ready to finish out this game. Now, when we come back, we'll still get you set. I mean, plenty of games coming up on Sunday, including our Sunday Night Football matchup between the Ravens and the Bills. We'll just get into breakdown mode.
Sounds like I heard him say about 10 minutes left into the game resume, man. 10 minutes. Oh, I forgot about those. Guess what popped up on my YouTube feed yesterday? Baby. Guess what popped up on my YouTube feed 2 days ago? And I actually saved it to my watch later. Maid rights. And I ended up saving it. So what? But I'll be damn. I just used the last of the fucking the meat. Oh God. You really know how to.
They're edgy. If you go to a Kansas City Chiefs practice during training camp, they practice harder and better than any team.
It's awesome to watch.
Football.
It is.
I mean, I was there one day and they ran 130 plays like it was nothing.
Right.
And it's fast paced too. So they have this chip on their shoulder. Andy told me he felt like they played tight in the Super Bowl. It's not their personality at all. They felt kind of the pressure of the three-peat. So they have a different mindset, a different mentality, and more importantly, they shored up the offensive line. Philadelphia rushed 4 guys the entire game and destroyed them up front. They addressed the left tackle position with Josh Simmons. Kingsley's moving down into that left guard position. They're going to be better on that side. They're going to be a better football team.
I do think they're going to be better, and you just talked about the offensive line. You got a rookie coming in, and you got a converted tackle moving. So you feel better, but it's yet to be seen. Is that going to be a huge improvement? But I think their biggest issue is going to be the rest of the division's gotten better. Denver's a playoff team from a year ago. Their confidence should be sky high. Justin Herbert, is he going to take that big step for the Chargers? The Raiders, not as good as the other 3 teams, but I still think they're better than last year. So I think the Chiefs will struggle a little bit. Just how good that division is and trying to win week in and week out.
And climbing the mountain year after year after year. How high can you go up every year, right? That's the big thing. And you're right, the AFC West. Is it the greatest coaching division we've ever seen in the history of football? I mean, it's Super Bowls, it's national championships from all those coaches. It's going to be highly competitive, and I'm with you with the Denver Broncos. I think this is the year the Kansas City reign of the AFC West champ.
Say it again. He said it during the pregame, but if you're going to say it during the weather, I believe you. I believe
if there's a guy that can dethrone them, I do believe in Sean Payton and that defense and what they built there.
I love Sean.
Is that true?
And I love what they're doing there.
Is this the last year for the reign of the
Come on now.
Kansas City Chiefs?
You got to pull back and give these guys credit.
Did Taylor Swift have the report?
What is it, 8 straight AFC championship?
9 consecutive.
It's ridiculous.
I know. I'm not trying to not give them credit. I know they're not going to back down from the fight. I'm scared to death about talking negatively about them because I know that group out there, and they're going to be like, I'm going to show that idiot wrong on NBC.
But as a guy, I was on the Patriots. We won AFC East championship after championship until we did it. Until Josh Allen entered the chat and said, I want to speak. It's my turn now. And I know a guy named Tom Brady might have had something to do with it.
Quarterback left. Mahomes is still there.
But somebody has to call it out for it to happen.
Right.
And then when it happens, we'll crown Sims. We'll celebrate him.
We're not going to do that.
We'll get him a gift. And that's what it'll be about.
You guys owe me. me after last year anyway, so you owe me.
Yeah,
Well,
we know Jason too. He's still looking for his red vest. He did win the picks. We're going to admit that now, but we're hanging the banner and moving on in the rearview mirror. I love that you brought up Josh Allen because that's our Sunday night football game. We've got the Lamar Jackson, the Ravens going on the road, taking on the Bills. And let's just say that one of these quarterbacks breaks through in the AFC. Which team do you think it would be?
Well, I want to qualify it first by how awesome I think both of these quarterbacks are. I just want that to be known. I mean, I'm a quarterback guy. I grew up in the house of a famous quarterback, and these two are as good as I've ever seen. I mean, they're special. But if you're going to make me pick one, I'm going to pick Lamar Jackson for the reason Devin said it in pregame. I just think their team is better. They have more answers. I think they have the best roster in the AFC right now, and I think they're ready finally to take that next step and win some big playoff games.
And I think we both feel the same way about Baltimore. Right. And then the caveat of that is their best players have to be their best in the biggest games. We can't watch them again and say, oh, man, a fumble by Mark Andrews or Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you got
Lamar Jackson got to make a play this year, man. He got to make a play this year. I'm tired of the MVP stat
Lamar off the charts.
putting up every year. We know he's going to rush for 1,000 yards. We know he's going to pass for 3,500 yards and
there just wasn't clean.
maybe
Right. What's
40
different?
touchdowns, 10 interceptions type shit.
Come on, friends.
Buffalo has played their best.
13
You're
and
right.
4. We know that. But what he going to do in the playoffs? It's a lot of quarterbacks this year got a lot to prove.
In the last 5 years in these big
He got something to
but
prove.
They played well. They can look at themselves in the
Justin
mirror after
Herbert
the
got
game
something
and
to
say,
prove.
we played really
Brock
well. They were
Purdy
just better.
got something to
Baltimore can't
prove.
say that. So somehow they got to unlock the
What do
key
you
to that.
attribute that to, right? Is it are they sometimes I
Who
go,
else
wait,
got
are they
something
too
to prove?
tight and they're nervous in those situations, or are they loose and they're
Yeah, I
kind
put
of
it
like,
in
we're
the
going to
chat.
make a
Who
play,
got
we're
something
going
to
to show
prove this
everybody.
year?
I don't know which
As
way
far
to
as
say it
quarterback.
there, but they have made a number of key mistakes at big moments and been careless with the football.
I don't know that there's a thread that you say in every game this has been the case because the games have been different. Some low scoring, some high scoring. But you said it. Championship teams, be your best when your best is needed. John Wooden said that years ago. It's the definition of competitive greatness. They got to unlock that key.
And I will say, I'm not sure why, but I think a part of the solution is accountability. There can't be a game where, we win, but we don't attack Lamar Jackson if he was sloppy with the football.
Right.
Or for guys running Zay Flowers and the ball's loose, or guys are dropping interceptions. Whatever that is, whether it's hardball, whether it's the veterans on the team, there has to be an accountability every single day that when the big moment happens, everybody's like, practice was harder than this.
Right.
I think that's what leads to you finishing and playing your best in those big games.
Well, listen, that's
Moran,
gonna be.
can I just interrupt you?
Yeah,
it was a
go
good
for it.
move to move forward. I got to tell you.
Honestly,
it was a really good move.
I've got your back, but I'm looking out for the suit, okay? Let's check in with Melissa Stark, who does have an update for us.
Well, I'm even more forward in. I'm over in the Cowboys tunnel, nice and dry in here. And we have an update. We have a food update from the Cowboys locker room. Trayvon Diggs just came out, and he just started wandering around and said, I'm hungry. And he went to a field level suite, just like this one right here. You see all the fans back there. They're waiting anxiously for the game to start like we are. They said, do you want my food? And he said, yeah, I want any kind of food. And then a cart came by with some cold cuts. He said, can I have a sandwich? And they said, we're actually bringing them into your locker room right now. And he was very excited. They have Uncrustables in there. They're staying hydrated. And so that's the Cowboys update. We will get you one from the Eagles locker room as soon as we have it. And there you see Trayvon just wandering around, Mike.
On his phone.
Leadership. Sure.
Listen to some music.
Great. That's
Get the
perfect.
fuck out of
Our
here.
Pineda down there works on our team. Following the cart.
Well, he should be looking at some plays and getting better on fucking defense. How to stop Jalen Hurts from running all over.
As Maria moves the guys up the tunnel to protect everybody's suits in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Other than that, we have not had a lot of heavy rain. We await an update, hopefully in a few minutes, and look forward to getting back to football. We've been suspended since 10:25 local time, just over a half hour. If you are just joining us, let's show you how we've arrived at 24-20 in the opening game of the 2025 NFL season. This night is about the banner, and the banner was unveiled after a chorus of Fly Eagles Fly, the second Super Bowl banner here at the lake. Pyrotechnics, the fireworks, and the Eagles take the field trying to win a third Super Bowl title and do what the Chiefs did right before them, win back-to-back Lombardi trophies as Super Bowl champs. The very first play of the game, an injury on the kickoff, and then while we're waiting with an injured player, Jalen Carter spits on Dak Prescott. Didn't play against each other last year. No known history between the two. Carter ejected. Mike Florio reporting on Pro Football Talk. Potentially further action as the NFL reviews that. So the Cowboys with good field position take the opening drive, and CeeDee Lamb downfield a factor, Chris.
Yeah, they've just been running it.
I want to send a special shout out to Dak Prescott for not swinging on that fucking dude, for spitting on him. It's human law to defend yourself. However you should choose when somebody spit on you, no matter what the circumstance is. There was no reason for this man to spit on Dak Prescott. No reason. That's total disrespectful. That's no respect for Dak Prescott when that man did that. No respect. If I was him, if I was the Eagles, I would suspend him for 2 games because we you're based on character. Your character goes a long way, and for you to spit on somebody, nah, man, no. If you was a scrub, I'll cut you. But they say he was one of their best defensive players, so I'll suspend you for 2 games without pay. Stringless on his motherfucking ass.
After 4 seconds, almost every offensive line in the world would stop blocking because they know the quarterback doesn't hold the ball that long. And yet we have seen Jalen be able to hold it, move around, ultimately scramble and make the big plays. And so tremendous. It's so exciting. I just want to get back to the game and get back to playing it. But the story of this game, Mike, at the end of it, for whichever side that ends up losing, is going to be you didn't have your pass rusher.
Right.
And so you got picked apart. And it's Jalen Carter with the spit and gets thrown out of the game, Micah Parsons in Green Bay. But that's going to be the story of this game, that neither team could get enough pressure.
You want good news?
Yes.
Yeah, we're hearing from the league now. 11:15 players will come out, so that'll be in 14 minutes, and we should be back to action by 11:30. So if you know your friend has taken a nap, wake them up. Get them back in front of the TV. We'll be back on the field at 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 in Dallas. Speaking of Dallas, of course, all the attention has been on Micah Parsons.
We'll be back.
And the trade and all that stuff that was going on in camp. Not much talk about Brian Schottenheimer taking over as the head coach. As mentioned earlier, his dad, Marty, legend in the game, did not get to the Super Bowl, did everything else. 8th all-time in wins, 200. I want to go back to when Schottenheimer was named as the man to replace Mike McCarthy and listen to the comments of Jerry Jones about Schottenheimer and the family ties.
One of the things he said to his mama is, Mama, I'm going to get what Daddy didn't get a chance to get. I got a chance, but didn't get. And I'm going to get a Super Bowl if it kills me. And his mother, of course, was emotional. This one will be for Daddy, the first one.
Pat, this was a pre-game emotional moment for Brian Schottenheimer. He told us when we were in Dallas, and we were talking with him on Monday, said during the national anthem, I talked to God and Pops.
Yeah.
And he
you could see
certainly
it.
feels
You
the
could
presence
feel
of
it.
that.
Yeah, you could just feel it.
Melissa Stark, you can add to this story.
Yes, guys. I spoke to Brian's mom, Pat, and she told me that Marty had a huge influence on who Brian is as a person, but always told him, just don't try to be me as a coach. Just be yourself. And she said the first thing Brian said to her after getting the job was, I am going to get a Super Bowl ring for Dad. And when I asked what advice she thought Marty would have for Brian before this game, she said, I think he would say, you're in a very elite group of people. Be proud. And by the way, his mom, Pat, is watching the game at home tonight alone. She doesn't like to watch with other people. She's on a group text with all the family members. She's going to have to stay up a little later than she thought. But she told me, she said, I've seen a lot of football. I don't normally get nervous. But this one, his first head coaching game, I'm nervous.
She's a special woman. Hi to Pat, Marty's widow. What a wonderful lady. You got to know Marty, obviously, going up against his teams over the years, covering him. He worked with us as I was working the Cleveland Browns expansion draft when they came back to the league. I got to spend days with Marty. Just a wonderful man. And Chris, I'm reminded of what Brian told us about being ready for the job, even though it's his first head coaching job after a quarter century. Like, whatever happens in the circus that is Dallas, and something's going to always happen in Dallas, he's ready for it because he's kind of lived it already.
He is, and he sort of admitted to us that he knows he's also married to Dak. You know, how Dak in this offense goes is how he's going to do as a head coach. And so he's down there calling the plays. And you have to say, so far, both of these coordinators and play callers have done a fantastic job. But it is really interesting to me. And I've known it, but when you see it in play, you really understand it. If your defense has somebody that you have to double team, you have to double team those guys. Everybody else get those one-on-ones, and they look like really good players. But if you don't have that player that you have to double team, Jalen Carter's out, Micah Parsons is out. Now everybody is on their own. You don't get that double team to draw blocks off of the other players. And, man, what a difference it has made for these two defenses tonight.
It has changed the game. Brian Schottenheimer's done a great job of calling plays against that absent Carter Philadelphia defense. You may have heard the noise in the background. That was posted on the video boards here. And the fans and their Eagles greet, many of whom have been tailgating since the Today Show this morning. We were down here with Savannah and Company at 7 a.m. There was a long line of cars waiting on 11th Street, waiting to the lots to open at 1:20 local time. They've been here a while, but they're coming back to their seats.
The only thing I don't understand about this entire night, a Dallas Cowboys player went out looking for food, and the Philadelphia Eagles fed them food. Am I to understand
and he's
that?
trusting the food.
That's a solid point right there. Michael Jordan story.
Mike,
there you go.
Somewhere, by the way.
You got a motherfucking player spitting on you. Yeah, what you expect that to do to the food?
Honored Jalen Hurts.
Makes sense to
the
me.
first Jordan brand athlete to win an MVP in the National Football League. So he was at the North Carolina game on Monday when the Bill Belichick debut happened. His alma mater. This was earlier.
MJ at the game. Look at MJ.
What was the advertising campaign? Something about love.
There was that shock.
Shout out to MJ, the GOAT, the real GOAT, goddammit.
Trophy after he won the finals emotionally. There was a shot of Jalen Hurts with the Lombardi Trophy, just kind of sitting there and just taking it all in and soaking in the moment. Thanks our great teams all over it. And just that cigar. And that was like a Jordan-esque shot, an image for Jalen Hurts as he took it all in after winning the title about 8 short months ago. And now trying to do it again. That guy did it 6 times. And Jalen has used Michael Jordan, along with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, who you had mentioned before, as a resource in his pursuit of greatness and excellence and sustained excellence, along with leadership along the way.
Yeah, and I know I met Michael Jordan once, and all he did was bust my chops the whole time I was sitting there.
That was pretty good.
But, you know, he is one of those guys that if you grew up, and I'm going to put myself in that category, that you watch what he was able to do on the basketball court, and you just marvel, you know. And the great thing is, we get to get a little piece of him for our NBA coverage this year. You got to be a little excited about that, right?
More than a little.
Yeah.
But we've got that coming up. I'm excited about the football game starting here in a few minutes. I'm going to see if anybody's going to bring us food. Like, the guys got food down in the Dallas locker room.
I am not sure the Philly fans are.
The fans are coming back. They have some beverages. They're ready to still go. We're going to be back on the field.
Back on the field in a couple of minutes, y'all. Back on the field in a couple of minutes. You see what I'm saying? The vibe is gone. And it'll be back once these guys start cracking each other's heads out there. But the vibe of the game is gone, man. Who you think is going to benefit most off this break? I forgot who even got the ball. I swear, I forgot who got the ball. But we're going to find out and see what's up, man. I want to thank everybody for checking out the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast.
We've been in a weather delay for about an hour, but you can see the fans have been allowed back into the bowl. They're coming from the concourse. The players are expected to get back on the field at 11:15, and the game is expected to resume at 11:30. Now, since the fans are allowed back into the stadium, we're allowed back on the field. Let's check back in with Jack, Tony, and Rodney.
Yeah, Maria, we are down on the field. Fans right up top, smiling again. They know football's coming. Coach, you said you used to practice scenarios like this. What would that look like?
Well, I laughed when Devin McCourty said, well, you never know how your player's going to react to this. I was an assistant coach for Denny Green, and he said, I always want to practice the unexpected. So he would deliberately set it up. Hey, we got practice at 9 o'clock. Let the guys get out there at 9. Send them back in the locker room. We're not going to practice till 9:30. Have to get yourself going. Then he would go another time and say, all right, we practiced 10 periods. We stop, go back in the locker room, wait 15, 20 minutes, come back out. And how are they going to handle it? Well, if you're ready for it, you know what to do, it helps. Coaches had an opportunity. This very rarely happens, but these coaches had a chance to really survey things, look at what they've done. We've only got 20 minutes of game time left. We need this amount of points. What are we going to do? They can be very specific. Now the players have to come out
And
next.
that's Coach Dungy right there. This coaching element. But I tell you, I played in 4 Super Bowls, and it's very similar to a Super Bowl halftime, where it's about 45 minutes to almost 50 minutes, Coach, where you have to try to come out and get warmed back up. And a lot of times it affects the veteran players a lot more than the younger players. But mentally, it affects the young players because a lot of times they don't know how to refocus. So it's tough. But it gives you an opportunity to sit down and almost have like a second halftime.
One of the last things we saw was Dak Prescott making that incredible tackle to go really stop potentially a touchdown after the fumble. What do you make of where this game sits right now?
Well, I love the way Dak Prescott has been, and you said it in the pregame. With this Michael Parsons situation, Dak was going to have to be the leader, and he has been. He's played well out here, and he's rallied his guys.
Coach, when he first came out, I looked at you guys and I said, wow, Dak looks really good. He looks like he's lost 10 or 15 pounds. He looks quicker. He looks like he has more confidence when he's in the pocket and outside the pocket. We didn't see Dak Prescott run a lot the last couple years, and I thought he looked fantastic. I love his aggressive mindset throwing the ball down the field.
First look at George Pickens as well. What do you think?
George Pickens can make some plays. There's no question about it. He's going to get a lot of one-on-one coverage because of CeeDee Lamb. But George Pickens has to be disciplined. We saw some of this in Pittsburgh. You're coming in, big point in the game there in the third quarter. You're coming in to make a block. You make your block, we're going to be in good shape. You get a penalty and sets the team back just with bad technique.
Yeah, and what did Coach call it? He called it,
Pittsburgh Pickens.
Pittsburgh Pickens. That was a good one.
And the Dallas Cowboys making their way down the tunnel right now, and will walk right past us as they make their way back out onto the field as we send it back over to Maria Taylor.
All right, appreciate it, Jack. And yeah, you actually see Dak making his way back onto the field. Remember, we hadn't seen Dak Prescott since week 9 of last season, but he's come out, looked very comfortable as he entered into this game. Didn't hurt that Jalen Carter didn't get to play him down 6 seconds into this matchup, spit on Prescott, and so he's been out. So the Philly defense not having their game record and then having to deal with the weather delay. We have to delay for about an hour, guys, and now players set to take the field again. They got about 15 minutes to warm up again. Okay, what's important if you're a player to get it going again to finish out this game?
As much as football is a team sport, each individual player needs to do what they need to do to get ready to go. It's not going to be the same across the board. I'm sure their strength and conditioning coach will come out and say, let's do this, let's do that. But you know what you need. You better get it done as soon as they start this game.
And as a coach, you have to emphasize, guys, to re-warm up. run. It has to be an active warm-up. It can't be, hey, I'm touching my toes, I'm ready to play. You got to move around and get yourself ready to play NFL football play after sitting for a half hour, 45 minutes.
Full intensity play, right? That's the biggest thing. For a quarterback, I think Dak Prescott, he's probably going to go, wow, I got to get the arm warm again. I got to throw some footballs. I got to be able to throw 40-yard balls and 15-yard out routes. And then also that, right, you got to check back in mentally. Go, wait, I was over there relaxing in the locker room for a few minutes. We got all these checks and things we're doing in the offense. That's the part I'm amazed by right now.
Yeah, you got to get ready to lock back in. Again, 4:44 left on the clock in the third quarter. We got a 4-point game. Not only that, the Eagles get the ball. They just forced a turnover. This was a turning point in the game. And then we literally turned it off for the weather delay.
And it's so funny because when you get that kind of turnover as a team, you talk about sudden change. So I'm so for sure Philadelphia had something drawn up that they said, if we get a turnover, this is what we want to go to. Now that gets erased, and it's like starting the game or the second half over now. You don't get to pick up from that momentum.
You know, we talk all the time as players and coaches, next play mentality. So what you have to do if you're a player or coach in this situation, whatever's happened up to this point, irrelevant. Okay? This game is going to be determined by what happens in the next 1 quarter and 4 minutes. And you have to just dig back in, get your mind right, get your spear right, and go play. Whatever happened up to this point, doesn't matter. Go play and win this game right now.
I just wonder if Philly's big O-line in this third or second halftime break we're having here, if they start to maybe wear down the smaller defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys down. That's something I'm interested to see.
Sure, both teams back on the field yet again. We're seeing Prescott run right past us around here on the end zone. What is the first play that you're running then if you're the Eagles offense and you're trying to get back into this one?
To Sims's point, I let that big offensive line start controlling, start wearing on that defensive line. Run the football. They've been dominant running the ball up to this point already. That's going to be the difference down the stretch.
That's why he's on the screen.
Sure.
Saquon Barkley.
Hand it to that cat right there.
Saquon Barkley, 11 rushes, 61 yards, 1 touchdown so far in this one. You're right. We could just feed it to 26.
Yeah, feed it to 26. Jalen Hurts is playing awesome. This is what's unfair about the Eagles sometimes. It feels like a cheat code. It's like, hey, everybody's covered. Oh, yeah, but Jalen Hurts has 6 seconds to throw, and then he scrambles and makes a big play. Or they beat you with the run game. They just have so many options.
No doubt. And the big decision for Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator in Dallas, is are they going to really load up and try to stop Saquon Barkley? Then those opportunities start happening outside to A.J. Johnson made the big play earlier. Philadelphia has to be ready to take advantage of that if that situation arises.
Yeah, we've seen Jalen Hurts so far. He's rushed for 2 touchdowns, 48 yards, 101 yards passing. But we haven't seen A.J. Brown in the way that we've become accustomed to see him on the perimeter so far in this game.
And so what Jason just said, if Eberflus and that Cowboys defense decides to be more aggressive, now it will open up A.J. Brown. You're going to have some one-on-one coverage. We were talking to one of the Eagles executives, said, we're not going to change what we do. Whatever the defense gives us, we're going to take advantage of that. And I think that's what we've seen so far. The lanes have opened up versus run. If they take that away, I expect to see A.J. Brown making some big plays.
Yeah, but what you do as a play caller in this situation, you have this extra 45 minutes to think about what's happening and what you want to do. You look back and say, number 11 hasn't gotten the ball. So let's throw up a couple for this guy and make sure he gets some touches.
I think Devin makes a great point. You always want to let the offense just come to players. But at times, there's times where you're going to go, wait, he's our best offensive player. We got to just call a few plays to where he gets the ball and gets in the flow of the football game a little bit. And then he feels better, the team feels better, and I feel like they have to take a little better effort there.
What's the balance of that when Jalen Hurts has been playing the way he's playing tonight? Do you want to start saying, let's get it to AJ, or do you just say, Jalen, keep doing what you're doing?
Keep doing what you're doing. The call on wide receiver screen, the bubble screen, things like that. And now where A.J. Brown feels like, hey, I made one layup and now I'm ready to play. And
you do love me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was definitely Hurts that was ready to counter when we saw the Cowboys making their way up and down the field. They were able to score at ease with Jalen Carter out being ejected earlier on this game. But let's talk about Dak Prescott, this offense for the Cowboys. Okay, he was 12 for 20, 127 yards. I mean, he was in the flow of this game. Stop, start. Here we go again. And number 4's got to get ready to put it on behind 4.
Yeah, if you, Ryan Schottenheimer, you pull back and say, I like where we are. We're efficient. We're balanced. We've scored on most of our drives. Dak looks comfortable. We're getting the runners involved here a little bit. You know, the turnover down the red zone obviously kills them, but he's got to feel good about it. But they, too, need to look for some opportunities to make some big plays outside. Persistence in the running game is going to create a single high look and man-to-man cover. They got to take advantage of it to make some plays.
And I think that delay does help you go and say, hey, I know we turned the ball over, but that was after we were driving down the field. Yeah. Let's get over this. When we get the ball back, let's keep doing what we're doing.
They still haven't stopped us all day.
Exactly.
Right.
And you get to harp on that instead of the Eagles get the ball, they go and score, and now you're trying to play catch-up. You got to do that with this delay.
I do think there's opportunities to throw the ball down the field, like Jason Garrett's saying. Dak's stats don't necessarily say how good he's played today. You got to remember there was a big pass interference call down the field for a 40 or 50-yard gain to George Pickens. He's played really well, but I think they can attack outside even more.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer has to be happy with what his offense has done so far. Let's talk about the Dallas defense a little bit, and for that, we'll go over to Jack, Tony, and Rodney.
Yeah, Coach, I'm interested. If you're Coach Schottenheimer for Dallas, what would you have been saying there in the locker room moments ago?
Well, number one, defense, you got to step up now. Our offense is playing well, but defensively, we've got to make a game-changing play. We've got to get a stop in here, not let this become a two-score game.
And this is really our first look at the team without Micah Parsons. What have you noticed about the way they're playing defensively?
Well, I mean, I think the Dallas defense, they have to stay patient. They don't have an outstanding rusher like a Micah Parsons. I expect the defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, to be a little bit more aggressive in the second half. Jalen Hurts has all day back there. Bring a little pressure just to try to surprise him. You can still play zone behind it, Coach, but bring some pressure.
Obviously, he doesn't want to give these receivers one-on-one chances. That's been the strategy the whole game. They've shut down Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So, but it's got to come from somewhere. Dante Fowler had a couple of good rushes. Kenny Clark, maybe you guys got to step up and you got to get some individual rush going. If that doesn't work, you're right. You got to do something. You got to bring that fifth guy.
Take me to the other side of the ball. Eagles defensively. What do you want to see the rest of the way on that side?
Wow, I want to see their secondary step up. The corner opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, Adoree Jackson has to play with more confidence, has to play with more fire, Coach. He looks lost out there, and this is not the same defense that we saw in the Super Bowl like you just told me.
Yeah, we need to see some discipline. We got to eliminate the penalties, eliminate the big plays that have come off penalties, and let's dominate up front. That's our signature. Where are our front guys? Okay, here we don't have Jalen Carter. Somebody else has to step up and get that dominance up front.
Yeah, and I'm going back to the Phillies offensive line. They need to continue to run the football, pound Dallas. Dallas is a smaller bunch like you talked about in the pregame show. They need to run, wear these guys down, and see where that takes them.
And if you're Vic Fangio, we looked at the stats. Dallas is averaging 6 yards a carry. That can't happen. We've got to shut that run down and get to some second and longs and third and longs where we can turn our pass.
And play smart. No dumb penalties, nothing stupid, nothing selfish, and you're right in the game.
Eagles defensive line warming up right here over here in front of us. It's starting to look closer to full speed as we send it back to Maria.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, remember that Eagles defense. They led the league in total defense, second in scoring defense, but playing without Jalen Carter after being ejected for spitting at Dak Prescott 6 seconds into this game. Meanwhile, defensively for Dallas, Chris, you spent some time with Trayvon Diggs before this game actually kicked off. What did you learn?
He's looked good, first off. I mean, we just talked about the Eagles receivers not getting the ball. Part of the problem is they got some good corners there in Dallas. Yeah. And Trayvon Diggs, we weren't sure how healthy he was going to be, but he kept giving me that look in pregame like, I'm ready. Yeah. And then I got to watch him in pregame, and he looked ready. I don't think the Eagles thought he was really going to play to the ability of what he's shown to this point. He's played well.
The only play that converted is a pass interference on Elam. Bland and Diggs have been really good at taking away that passing game, and it should allow them to focus more on Saquon Barkley and stopping the run.
Right. The big issue for Dallas's defense is the rush lane integrity. We saw it in the first half with Jalen being able to run the football. So we got to somehow quiet Saquon down. We can't let Jalen get out. Those two guys are the best players that Philadelphia has on offense, and they'll step up in these big moments. You got to make sure you control them.
Remember, on offense for the Eagles, they only lost one starter. That's Mekhi Becton. So you would think if there's one unit that would be able to go into a locker room, have to take a break and come back, it would be the Eagles offense, because because they're so used to working together.
They played a big game football. They got the confidence of, hey, we just won the Super Bowl and beat the Chiefs. They were the best defense in football last year. And then we know how awesome and talented they are at every position. So, yeah, they're going to be the unit that has to carry the team here down the stretch.
And I think one of the things we have to watch for, what big play happens after you have such a long break? Which team makes a big either defensive play or offensive play that gets some momentum going for this end of the game push? I think that could be a big moment in this game.
And if you think about Philadelphia, the last half of the season and their playoff run to the Super Bowl last year, Saquon Barkley was really good in the first half. He was phenomenal in the second half. He was a closer for them. They're looking for that tonight.
Hey, listen, these Eagles fans are looking for a closer. They're playing Knuck If You Buck. They've already unveiled the championship banner. Some of these fans have been here for 20 hours. They started the day with Savannah Guthrie on Today. They didn't mind a weather delay if it means a victory. Get one right.
All right, guys, here we go. Time to get back at it.
There's that Prescott just made a tackle on the
What
last
a
play.
delay.
Time gives us a
Oh
chance
my
to
God.
comb through the video from that very first play of the game, the incident where Jalen Carter was around. Let's go back to that. Now, here is what was going on. Prescott, in the huddle, walks out between his offensive linemen, and Dak spits down towards the ground, but in the direction of the Eagles, with Carter who had walked over there, and that begins the interaction of the two. Prescott's spit was down, Carter was right face to face and onto his uniform jersey. Carter was kicked out of the game. The official, Brian Neal, the umpire, was standing right there and saw what went down. So at least it
So
gives
Dak
you a little
spat
bit of the
first.
brief history of what happened there.
Ain't that some bullshit? Dak spat first, spat on the ground, looked the dude in his eyes, and nodded his head up. Like, yo, what you gonna do about it? And set that dude up. Ain't that a bitch?
Across the line of scrimmage. Here's the
Look, here it is right here.
And that sort of begins it. Now Dak gets engaged and he walks over and he spits on the ground, and Jalen didn't like that and nobody would. So now they come out. Dak doesn't want to take it and Jalen doesn't want to take it, and here they go.
And Chris, that other angle showed us that the umpire was looking back towards the Cowboys huddle and saw that.
Yeah.
And then was watching the rest
Ain't
of
that
the
a bitch?
conversation. Remember, there was an Eagles player, their fullback on special teams, Ben Van Sumeren, who was down with a knee injury, the same knee that he had injured that cost him the season before, right off that opening kickoff. And Carter was on the opposite side of the sideline. You saw everything that played out. So that's a little bit more of the video evidence of what took place. Much more to be talked about in interviews
What if they-
days after that.
And
What if they'd have kicked Dak out?
the whole story, what Dak did
Wouldn't that have
was
been some
not a
shit?
foul.
If they'd have kicked Dak
What
Prescott
Jalen
out the
did
game,
was a foul.
prime time, for spitting
Delay,
first?
1 hour
Come on,
and
man.
5 minutes. We get back to work, and remember the last play, Dallas was driving for a touchdown and a fumble recovery for the Eagles. So Philly is set 1st and 10 at their own 16. They've scored on all 4 drives they've had tonight. Barkley, the left, loss of a yard. And Kenny Clark among the group, along with Jack Sanborn and company, in on that tackle.
Is that the first play that we've seen the running back of the Philadelphia Eagles get hit at the line of scrimmage like that? I mean, I don't know what they talked about in there at whatever second halftime. That was a good start. And now you got to wake yourself up. This is a big game. This is a divisional game. If somehow the Cowboys come out of here with a win, I mean, it's franchise shaking.
Buzz out of the building at the moment. Pressure on center 11. Prescott gets away from one. Resets and throws it away at the line of scrimmage. Barkley, an eligible receiver in the area. The corner blitz from Trayvon Diggs, former college teammate of Hurts, changes that.
Yeah, right off the edge, you're going to see the pressure come. And one of the things that Dallas thought they could get away with here was if they could force Jalen Hurts to look away from his first target. They wanted him to pull the ball down and find number 2. They felt like if they could do that, they could get pressure on him. And maybe now they have that formula, bring some pressure out of the secondary.
We have not seen a punt in the game tonight. It's 3rd and 11, Philadelphia. Showing corner pressure again and bringing it. Prescott got away from it. He's got space. Prescott, great pursuit, denies him the first time. I beg your pardon. Great pursuit stops him at the 23-yard line, and they'll punt it away.
And well, what we've seen from Jalen Hurts is that he's been making them pay with his legs, but now they're bringing the blitz, but they're not playing man coverage the way that they were in the first half. They're playing zone behind it. So now on 3rd and 10, if he takes off the run, they've got time to rally, make the tackle, and finally we see a punter in this game.
And Braden Mann for the first time, 3rd year with the Eagles. Set to kick it away. Good hang time, dangerous return man Turpin, but he makes it fair catch. So a great kick by Mann, and Turpin fair catches it at the 26-yard line. And that's where now Dak Prescott will get on the field and take over for Dallas.
Yeah, and I think Dak Prescott is starting to feel this a little bit. And we got a chance to come in here and knock off the world champs. And the ball's in our hands right now. We've been moving it all night. Let's go down and take the lead this time. No fumbles, no interceptions. Don't have any holding calls. We know we can move the ball on these guys.
Eagles fans heard from a little bit. Javonte Williams inside of the run. They keep the pile pushing forward from 4 yards to the 30-yard line. Seems to be some physicality from the Dallas side in the first 4 snaps after the delay.
It's a really good job by the offensive line just getting in behind Williams and keeping that play alive. We've seen that a couple of times here tonight.
Not the tush push. The Cowboys getting it done with 3 guys named Tyler. Tyler Booker, Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, all first-round picks. All on that offensive front for Dallas. The play may determine what the Cowboys season is like. Prescott pressure got it away and throws it low but complete to Ferguson. It'll be a gain of 5 yards. And the safety, Andrew Makuba, was there to make the stop. It's 3rd and 1 coming up for the Cowboys.
Nolan Smith coming off the edge right there was supposed to be blocked by the backside guard pulling out and yet wasn't able to get there. But I'll tell you, the way this game is going right now, I've got to think this is probably 4-down territory for the Dallas Cowboys. They've been running it very well.
In the gun, and they've essentially got the backfield emptied out, and Prescott going to throw underneath. Williams got the first down, and CD will take it to the 49-yard line with Zach Vaughn and Dory Jackson. Bring him down, but it's a first down for Dallas.
Great job as they bring pressure here. That's an easy throw to get in for Dak Prescott. And decided to throw a little pressure back at Dak on that one, and it just blew up in his face. So that's the second or third time tonight we have seen the Eagles, who didn't blitz a whole lot last year, but now they're almost being forced into it without Jalen Carter and some of the guys they had on this defense a year ago.
And 200 yards. Side run Williams, 48-yard line. Pick up of about 3 in the final minute of this third quarter.
You know, the Cowboys have spent a lot of resources on this offensive line. Tyler Guyton, #1 pick. Tyler Smith, #1 pick. DB, a third round. Tyler Booker, a #1 pick. So they are trying to go back to the days of the Dallas Cowboys when they could turn around and hand the football to Emmitt Smith and let him go to work. And so far, at least in this game without Jalen Carter, they've been able to do it.
It's 7. Set it up for CD Lamb. Has got some blocking, but on the inside, Philadelphia all over that, turns it into a loss. And Jordan Davis has had to play a lot in this one. Comes up with a stop that'll make it 3rd and 10 for the start of quarter number 4. Only scoring a Philadelphia field goal, hour 4 weather delay in that.
All right, man. I have to admit, man, that delay took a lot out of me. My God, I'm over here falling asleep on the motherfucking game and shit. Damn. Philadelphia Eagles up 24-20. Fourth quarter beginning. Let's get to it, y'all. Subscribe to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast.
Now, Horton, you get 2 minutes for looking too good.
Just west of us, Link, it is a scene from earlier this week at the newly renamed Xfinity Mobile Arena, home to the Sixers and the Flyers. New name, new upgraded Wi-Fi network, 10 times faster thanks to Xfinity. I'm sure the Sixers and Flyers fans will enjoy that this season. We welcome you back to the NFL Kickoff presented by YouTube TV and begin quarter number 4 with the Cowboys facing 3rd and 10, down 4 to the Eagles. 5 into the pattern for Prescott, throwing in the middle and traps off the hands of Lamb, and incomplete. A lot of traffic in there. They cannot connect. And Dallas will punch it away for the first time.
Cavante Turpin got jammed at the line of scrimmage, and so he was unable to clear the space in the middle for CD Lamb. Just good defense, not giving the free release. He was jammed up front, but then it just forced a lot of bodies into that area where CD was coming, and it went right through his hands.
First kick for Brian Anger. Jahan Dotson is back to handle the punt returning. NFL punt return. Did it in college at Penn State. Signals 4 and makes the fair catch. Right around the 13th where Philadelphia will take over. We'll be back at the link in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I decided to take me lay down a little bit, y'all. That damn a little bit past my bedtime, man. I mean, that damn weather delay got me tired. But I'm still riding with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for riding with me. Neighborhood Superstar, checking in live and direct from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Philadelphia huddle, 42 plays run for the Eagles. Brown has not been targeted yet tonight. He's not had a game where he has had 0 targets. Hurts is 13 of 16 in the air, but 6 of those 13 completions to Dallas Goedert, his tight end.
I'll also say this, that we have seen Saquon Barkley in the second half, and in particular the fourth quarter of games, just having pounded all night long, break some big runs, and win football games for the Eagles.
Spread out here to the left. Hurts looks right. Hubbard comes back to Barkley. 20-yard line. Kaiir Elam down there. Melissa.
Yeah, Mike, the Cowboys defensive players, when they were coming back onto the field after the weather delay, were yelling to each other, "Unleash us." Then we saw that quick 3 and out that they got, and they went to the sidelines after that. They were dancing. They were all smiles, and they said, that is how you throw the first punch.
They did, to say the least, in the third portion of this game, if you will.
Well, and they started bringing some pressure, too, and I think that's what the players were talking about.
Second and 2, inside with Barkley, and that's again tied up with Marshawn Nealon. That's second-round pick out of Western Michigan in his second year. Been around it a lot tonight.
He sure has, and that shows up as well. He had an issue with his knee last year, so you just wondered which Nealon were we going to see. The guy they obviously draft him in the second round. You're expecting big things. And so far tonight, that's exactly what we've got, especially in the run game.
First push formation of the night. Play kept in the game, 3rd and 1. Go. It's Hurts. Moves toward the line. Let's see where that spot comes in. And the initial indication from the down judge, Jay Bilbo, is to move the chains for a first down as those Eagles interior linemen peel themselves off the ground. First down. Philadelphia, of course, push
they got
in
it.
the offseason.
They're the best in the
votes
league
to
at
try to
that.
keep it out of the game. It was kept in by 2 votes.
There's the 4 guys.
It was
The
kept in by
strategy
2
for the
votes. They're trying to
Cowboys
get
was
rid
to
of it.
come around here and knock off these 2 pushers and pull backwards on the legs of Hurts. Didn't work that time.
And we have a flag down. A couple of them in the secondary, probably too many Cowboys. Looks like a lot of silver helmets.
Players on the field, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Damn.
So almost stopping Philadelphia. The Eagles get the first down.
That's like a
On the
discipline
ground.
right
Now
there.
they'll have 1st and short to operate with here starting this 4th quarter.
Cowboys have had some chances. At the one with the fumble down there, they had possession with a chance to go take the lead. As great as they played in the first half on offense, we haven't seen much here since.
So 1st and 5 for Jalen Hurts. And Barkley, the block from tight end Branson. Yard shy of the first down, looks like the mark will be at the 32-yard line.
Well, and remember the Eagles in this game, Ben Van Sumeren, their fullback, really was knocked out on the first opening kickoff, and so they're having to adjust, and now they've got Granson in there playing some fullback because they want to go with some power football.
The number that was just up there, what you alluded to, Chris, Saquon, with all the rushing success, over 2,000 yards last year, 2005, doing a lot of it after halftime. Here he is again. Because it feels like Dallas is getting on that other side of the offensive line since the weather stoppage.
They're going to start making Dallas Cowboys retire.
Is just some
with this
stunts
rushing.
and some play
They do another
inside.
tush push.
You can tell some of
The boys
these
can start
guys,
getting battered
it's
out there.
basically Solomon Thomas there just on the stunt, spun in and then spun back out and was able to make the play. The problem is, you think your chances of stopping this tush push almost zero. But let's see again. They're going to fly off the edges and try to get the leg of Jalen Hurts after they whack those two pushers.
Go. Go to that. Second push from the powerful Hurts.
Ain't nothing you can do.
Takes them to the first down at the 33-yard line. Again, the vote was 24 votes needed to get it out of the game. The vote was 22 to 10 at the league meetings.
And what is Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan till you get hit in the mouth. That's kind of what the tush push does to you. And it's humiliating. And for the Dallas Cowboys, defenses just hate it when they can't stop the run. I'm telling you, it just eats at them. And right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are trying to just punch them time and time again. And that's how they win football games, especially late.
First downs with the tush push. Get it on the edge. Devontae Smith works back to the inside. And gain 7. Melissa.
Yeah, Mike, Jordan Mailata laughed as he told me his feelings.
That's up some balls over there to Brown, too,
50-50.
man. Don't let him get pissed
wasn't
off.
banned this season, saying I
Don't let
love
him
it,
get
but at
pissed
the
off
same time
start
I
the season
don't,
out.
because
No
it's really
targets.
hard. He acknowledged that the sheer mass on the offensive line is a huge part of the success. But that running it 2, 3, 4 times a game is taxing. He said, have the camera zoom in on my face after the 5th time. You'll see my excitement.
We got 3 to go. Brennan twice. Got it both times. Second and 3 as a rocket off the edge.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, shit.
To the first down. Offensive player of the year. On full display.
He was also voted.
That's how you get back up like that. That's how you wake me back up.
And look at the one-handed catch here.
One-handed
Coming
catch and a
across
hell
in
of
the
a stiff
backfield.
on.
Reaches out that one hand, makes the play. Wasn't enough. Got a chip. Handled that. Makes somebody miss. There you go.
It's so good. So good. On the ground.
That is
On the line of scrimmage. A great read by James Houston with the Lions. Had a great run of sacks back in 2022. Wasn't able to stay healthy or be impactful as an edge rusher. Made a good play there for a loss.
This guy had 8 sacks in 7 games as a rookie. And watch him go inside the block there of Mailata and then still enough speed to get out and make that play. So they've got a lot of pieces here. That's what they said, Mike. They felt like the greatest depth they had on the team was at the edge.
Right.
And so maybe they could survive without Micah Parsons. I'm not sure they're making the same argument after this one, although that one helped.
Play clock was running down. Hurts forced to take Philadelphia's first time out of this second half. It comes at 8:26 to go with the Eagles.
Starting to get back excited, y'all. Commercial time.
So Barkley's on the sideline for a moment. Landon Dickerson, the Pro Bowl left guard, is also out of the game for the moment for Philadelphia. Brett Toth is in there at guard for Dickerson, who had a knee injury and then also was on their injury report with a back this week. 2nd and 14 for Hurts. Left it open. Hurts escaped. Chased by Williams and throws it to the bench and incomplete. Melissa, what about the Philly injury?
Yeah, so before the weather delay, we were watching Landon Dickerson. He came off the field grimacing in a ton of pain. The head athletic trainer and the orthopedic surgeon were looking at his lower back. They examined that. They used the massage gun. He never sat down. Remember, he only practiced 2 times this week because of that back. Now, after the weather delay, he did not participate in those warm-ups that they had on the field. He was stretching on the side. So certainly this is something that's bothering him.
Yeah, an important piece of that offensive line heading back. Big Dom, athletic training staff, Philly personnel. Big third down here with 8:18 to go. Hurts, he dropped. The time was complete short of the first down. I think he goes fast. Goddard is gang tackled again. Trayvon Diggs over there as well, right at midfield. Hurts looking over to the sideline with 4th and 4. And will they go?
With the way these offenses have been going, not in the second half, but before, you certainly are at least going to go hard count here and see what happens. But I think they're actually going for it. I don't think you want Dallas having the ball with 7 minutes to go with a chance to go win the game with their offense.
Offside, we give him a first down. And there is the delay again.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So now they're trying to pin them with the punt. So interesting, after nobody could be stopped with all the scores, every possession in that first half. We had the field goal to start the second half and nothing since. And Braden Mann trying to play keep away with Cavante Turpin, the uber dangerous return man for the Cowboys.
Wow.
Wobbler, tough to catch. Turpin can't get his hands on it. So well done by Braden Mann. 2 good punts that Turpin couldn't return. One because of hang time, that one because of direction. Cowboys have it at their own 13. Past halfway here in the 4th. Philadelphia. 13 of her doing that. Look forward to seeing that right before kickoff for the Bills and Ravens on NBC. Prescott starting from his own 11. CeeDee Lamb having a night. Out of bounds, first down, right around the 23, as Lamb catches his 7th of the evening.
Yeah, we might be getting some entertaining action going on down there now because we're seeing CD matched up one-on-one against Quinyon Mitchell, and those are two of the really top-end players in the league. Let's see how much they stay with that.
From the 24, Williams inside. The pressure erases any hope. Jalen Hunt counted on a lot of this Philadelphia team this year with the penetration for the loss of a couple.
You'll see Hunt just jump right inside the block here and be able to make that play in the backfield. That was really big because it was starting to feel like Dallas might have a little something going. Put the ball back in the hands of Dak now, and really feel like these receivers are going to have to go win the football game for Dallas if they're going to get it done.
Prescott sending it up to that left side. Turpin being one-man miss, but no more than that. They were waiting for him. McCuba, the safety, Campbell, the rookie linebacker. The first and second round picks combined there for Philly.
And once again, it's the pressure. It has been the difference really in this half. Vic Fangio has been consistently bringing pressure, that time from the linebacker position. Dak had to get rid of it. Now they're in 3rd and long. That 5-man pressure has really flipped this game here in the second half.
3rd and 10, CeeDee Lamb is standing on the end. And Dak, deep drop, pressured again. Floats it. Williams. 3 Eagles are there. And after a first down on the first play, Philadelphia's defense steps up. And Dallas will punch it away.
Yeah, and that time, no good. This is just a 4-man pressure up here. This Cowboys offensive line has to be able to hold up. That was a fairly simple stunt. The rookie Tyler Booker was late getting off to make the play and simply forced Dak to throw it away sooner than he wanted to.
Ryan Anger kicks to Jahan Dotson. Hang time here. Dotson fair catch of a 48-yard kick at the 25-yard line. So the Eagles will have it. 4:43 to go. Can they run out the clock and clinch a victory on opening night?
Acura ADX. Take your buzz and go. Take your buzz and go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your buzz and go. Take your buzz and go. The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy. Take your buzz and go.
as we come across midnight here in Philadelphia. With that 64-minute weather delay, Cowboys have not scored in this second half as Jerry Jones and the Cowboys look to get a road victory in this opener against the defending champion Eagles. Gene sitting there as well. Philadelphia from the 24-yard line. Barkley as the back of those inside runs, Chris, have been shut down here in this second half, and add the absence of Dickerson to that now.
Man, look at all the defenders. The Dallas Cowboys, they're just going to come up and say, we're taking away Saquon Barkley. Look at this. The number of bodies up here, and they're all flying across the line of scrimmage. And don't forget now that Brett Toth is in there playing the other guard position. So if you're going to attack and maybe confuse the group that hasn't been in there together, you might rather attack inside right now rather than the edges.
Bird's first look covered, escaping left, and he goes out of bounds as well, pushed there on the sideline. Williams was in pursuit, looked like that hand was on him before he got to the white of the sideline. Third down coming.
Good call, and they need a good call right here, too. This is the biggest play of the game. Not often you get this offense backed up like this, and what we saw in the first half is when this happened, we got the scramble, and we got Jalen Hurts out making plays. Job one now is don't let him escape.
4 in the pattern. There's the flush and chasing. It is caught after the catch. Dodson is stopped. Jahan Dodson hit at the 30. Deron Bland, Kaiir Elam been all right here in his Cowboy debut. And Philly will punch it away with 3:35 to go.
Going to end up getting a loop around here. So as the scramble begins to happen, they've got accountability all the way across. Get the spy in that situation and able to go all the way across the field there to force the completed pass, but no first down.
A nice adjustment from Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator. Man has not let Turpin return it twice here. Sprinting to get his hands on that and cannot. And you can see his frustration, but do not forget the contributions of Braden Mann. 3 great kicks. 3:02 to go. 3 timeouts. Dak and Dallas down 4. Chris, what are you thinking here? 3:02, Dallas down 4, all 3 timeouts.
I'm staying in 2 minutes. This is already a very thin defensive line. I don't want them substituting one time until I get to the 2-minute warning. And I want those guys out there playing. But plenty of time. The Cowboys can run the ball. They can do anything they want.
Monte Williams the back. Caught by Ferguson. Out of bounds with Zach Bond covering at the 23-yard line. You talk about the absence of Carter inside. Jordan Davis been on the field a lot. Ferguson, terrific full one-handed grab there.
Sure was. That was a gutsy throw on the part of Prescott as well, but a good drive starter for them. We may have to see Dak run the football a little bit here, too, before it's done.
Handcuffed by the snap, and as he throws, almost intercepted. Whoa, that was problem times 3. Snap, pressure, and near pick.
Called it. Good catch, and then he threw it into traffic one more time, and CD slipped, and Quinyon just about, we should have had it. Should have been game over.
Now 3rd and 5. Four-man pressure, picked up. Prescott's throw is caught by George Pickens at the sideline. First down, Dallas at the 38.
One thing you always see out of Pickens is he extends his arms to make catches. If he did not here, he would have had that ball stripped out of his hands. But as he is able to stretch out, it's why you see him make so many of those contested catches, because he extends the arms and makes the play.
For a second with the officials. Now they let it go here. Got out of bounds, so the clock was stopped. 2:47. Prescott looked in middle, covered, coming downfield for a win. CD couldn't hang on. Ricocheted to Blankenship's head. It's incomplete.
What a throw by Dak Prescott. And it hit CD right in the hands. That's 2. That's 2 in the second half that he has not been able to hold on to. Wow.
2nd and 10. Inside traffic, that throw is incomplete. That one was in harm's way for Luke Schoonmaker. Cooper DeJean, the second-year star nickel.
Right now, the Eagles are just coming with that 4-man pressure. And for CD Lamb, he's sick. He had a chance to flip this game with a play that was tailor-made for him. He just doesn't drop those balls.
Third and 10. Prescott up and open, comes back underneath. Williams, the nice catch. Decision time. Shy of the 45. Need to get to the 48. Closing in on the 2-minute warning. What do they do?
I think you go for it.
Jump the ball right away here.
They still have all 3 timeouts remaining and the 2-minute warning if they get this play off in time. Try to get the cheap one too.
Yep. He's taken down to the 2-minute warning. See if they could have gotten a 3-5 with the offside. That'll reset to 2 as we hit the 2-minute warning here in Philadelphia. Downfield needing a touchdown to take the lead here.
Most bizarre game, hasn't it? It's like couldn't
What
stop
happened?
anybody in the first half. The second timeout killed them all. I mean, really, and to some extent, you got to give the defensive guys credit. They came back, made some adjustments. But anytime you're in week 1, you're exhausted anyway.
Right,
Like, you
that's right.
are. You're just exhausted. You haven't played a game that's this long, and you've had those 2 breaks. And I think it probably, with Landon Dickerson, hurt the Eagles more than anybody because you have a tight back, you go in there and it's a bigger issue.
Physically and mentally, everybody's kind of wiped out here after midnight. Fans are still in it. They'll be loud. What are you looking here, 4th and 3?
We haven't seen Dak run one time in this ball game. If you go spread, he would have an opportunity to pick this first down up. We haven't seen him run, though.
2-minute warning gives the Eagles pass rush a chance to recharge. 4th and 3.
They're bringing pressure, at least showing it.
And they are bringing it. And Prescott's lofting it. CD couldn't bring that one in either. 3rd time in the half. Eagles take over on downs.
Dak knew what he was doing. As soon as they brought the pressure, here come the blitzers. They were going to come get him, which meant one-on-one on the outside. Who's your best player? Here it comes. Hard catch, but catchable. Tough catch.
Yeah, tough one.
Tough
right?
catch.
You got it. So game not over, although CD just so frustrated with what has happened since the break. A couple of opportunities. Again, Dallas, all 3 timeouts can get the ball back if they can stop Philly with about a minute 20 or so to go. Trying to stop Barkley, tracked down from behind. Once again, Sam Williams off the edge, in on the play. CD Lamb heading towards the medical tent here as the Cowboys take the first timeout at 1:50.
Don't know what happened to CD, but Dak Prescott has to be a little sick of the opportunities that have been presented that they have not converted on.
This was the first one in that drive.
And he had the one on the crossing route.
Yep.
And that is just a tough catch.
Yes.
That's a tough play. That one doesn't go down to the drop category for me.
2nd down coming up. Philadelphia again stopped on a first down run, which has been one of the themes since the break.
Really has been, but CD's going to catch one pretty soon, so you got to get the first down here.
Dallas must get it done here. They're going to throw on 2nd down with Hurts, and it is complete to A.J. Brown. His first target, he stays in bounds with momentum, forcing Schottenheimer to use his 2nd timeout before 3rd and 2. And these knowledgeable fans know it had been quiet for A.J. He gets on the board with a grab and a key moment.
You know, it's really interesting coming up to this next one. That ball is 1.5 yards or so short. Is this the opportunity now where you just push it twice and you go, we're going to win the game with our best play? May not be able to get it the first time, but I haven't seen them stop him for a yard or yard and a half yet.
On target to Brown. 7 of the 19 completions to receivers here tonight.
But also remember Landon Dickerson not in there, and you're making the transition from Mekhi Becton from a year ago.
Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, watches as well. 3rd and 2, Eagles have it spread out. Trying to get a first down to close it out. And they go empty.
Better spy.
Hurts looking to take off. Hurts has the first down. Jalen Hurts does it with his legs, which took care of those early drives. Dallas takes their final timeout.
When you go empty, you just have so many bodies in here. I thought they might be spying right there, but they did not. They sent the tight end down to get right in front of Sanborn. But when you go empty against the Philadelphia Eagles, you just know what's coming. When the money is on the line, when the game is on the line, Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball. Everybody knows it, and they still can't stop it.
Like he said, third downs, and he is taking care of business on 3rd downs tonight. Chevrolet postgame coming up. Melissa interviews the stars of the game. We'll look ahead to our Sunday night game in Orchard Park. All Philadelphia needs to do is not have a disaster with the snap, and they'll get an opening night win. Shoving there as Williams went into Calcaterra, the tight end. It started chippy. It ends on edge.
Throw him out.
C.D. Lamb. And the Cowboys put up a good fight here on opening night. Kind of one of those, he knows he's made some of those plays before. Probably will pretty darn soon again as well. But not tonight.
Those hurt. And I mean, this was a great opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys. A great opportunity to come in here and knock off the world champs. And Ryan Schottenheimer knows it. This was a missed chance from stars and playmakers that ordinarily make those plays.
And on opening night, Philly and Dallas delivers.
All right, guys, here we go. Dallas Cowboys suffer their first defeat of the season to the divisional rivals, world champion Philadelphia Eagles, 24-20. Man, it's been a long game. I want to thank everybody who took the opportunity to check the Neighborhood Superstar podcast out, the ones that sent all the love, the friendship, the likes, the subscriptions. Man, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow morning and give y'all a recap on the game. Y'all have a good night. Peace.